Yo, 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 what up? It's your boy Talos Golem here with another video, and today we are going to be playing some more of this Pokemon TCG Pocket, but first I wanted to showcase this comment. This is a base comment. Totally, totally reasonable take. First few minutes of the video, I wholeheartedly agree with not caring anymore, period. I played gacha games heavy the last 2 years and spent a fair amount on gambling for characters. This comment comes from Beast Shot Photos. PTCGP, I spent less than $100, but I stopped playing the other games as often and only played because of FOMO, fear of missing out. Had to play to get what I wanted, had to play the events, couldn't miss a login day. Now, I just don't care. I play when I feel like it, and if I don't get what's on offer, oh well. I cut my premium off too, not only because I wasn't getting the hits I wanted, but because it felt like a gambling subscription. If you think about it, lol. Once I get let go of FOMO, the game becomes some level of fun again, and I do agree with this. I do apologize, by the way. I'm a little sick, so I might be coughing. I don't know why I keep getting sick. As you know, I get sick a lot, very, very often. Probably has something to do with my job, you know. I'm always seeing sick people. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get into this free pack here from Pauline Wonders. And I do want to make a comment about this comment because it is totally true and it is completely reasonable to feel this way. A lot of people have actually been feeling this way, and what people are doing is they're either quitting the game entirely or they're taking a hybrid approach where they're just quitting spending the game, but they're still going to be, you know, kind of enjoying the game for free, so to speak. And I actually like that idea because for the most part, you could play this game entirely for free without having to worry about a single thing. You know, you just have people share cards with you, have people trade cards, and that's totally fine, right? Like, you don't have to worry about anything. So I think that is a completely reasonable take. Let me just quickly get into things here. I think that, all right, we registered 30 cards. I just want to quickly see if there's any. Oh, is this a Wiglet reprint? Wow. So they're just reprinting stuff here. Team Star Grunt. What is this? I just want to see what this card does. Discard around energy from among the energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon that have an ability. Wow. Interesting. So this is like a guaranteed Team Rocket Grunt, huh? That's pretty interesting. This is like the third Team Grunt, right? That's pretty cool. And we got a Chien-Pao there. I heard Chien-Pao's pretty good. Quaquaval, I don't know what that is. And you got some more of this stuff here. I don't really know what all these cards do. Oh, is this a penny reprint? Wow, so they're just reprinting stuff and just reusing like different art for it. That's pretty cool. I mean, I'm not against that, right? People are still gonna want the original artwork, but having the reprints is pretty cool. I mean, I'm not against it, right? And what is this electric generator here? Flip a coin if heads. Take a electric energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your benched electric Pokemon. So I think this is cool because it's kind of like a Misty, except you can use it as many times as you want, pretty much. Like you can use it without having to use up a trainer spot, right? Because you can only use trainers like once a turn. So that makes a lot of sense. I think there's a lot of cool cards in this set, honestly. It is a cool set for sure. And I'm still going to continue to not spend money on the game. As I mentioned before, I think I'm pretty much done spending money altogether. I don't say that in disrespect to the game. Because like I said before, I do enjoy the game a lot. I do think Pokemon has a great product that they're selling to customers. I think that like just some of there's a lot of FOMO that goes behind the scenes about these like game companies, whether it's Clash Royale, whether it's Pokemon. And that is one kind of business practice that I don't really enjoy as much of, right? And I think it's reasonable to feel frustrated by that system because, you know, you want to enjoy games, you want to have fun, but you also want to be respectful of, you know, how you're treated as a customer. You want to be respected as a consumer that takes on you know, different projects that are worth taking on. I wouldn't be playing this game if I wasn't having fun with it, right? If it wasn't enjoyable, then what's the point of playing? I think a lot of people who quit because they weren't having fun with the game anymore. And for me, I still enjoy the game, but I also enjoy having shiny stuff. But if I had to choose between, like, you know, playing like bad cards, it is what it is, right? For me, at the very least, I think most of the cards that I have that are like foiled out are probably good to play for like the next few years at least. I mean, they'll probably make like cards that are, let's say, that outclass older cards. So who knows? Like maybe this current deck, this Chingling deck with the Mega Altaria might just end up being like, point like not good in a few years, right? That's usually how it goes. They make things it's called a rotating format. They rotate cards out by making older cards unplayable or not as good. So that's kind of where I'm sitting right now with the with this deck, with this game, and the kind of way that I'm approaching it is, it is what it is. They really should be. Hopefully, the bot will heal the Indeed with Indeed. Yeah. I was gonna say like, but I guess you don't really need to heal because it's gonna get knocked out by the Stuffle anyway. All right, so they're gonna attack the Stuffle again. That's fine. I mean, it's gonna evolve into a Beware, right? But yeah, I think that I'm at a pretty comfortable point in the game where I'm happy with the way things are, and I'm not spending like crazy amounts of money like I was before. Actually, I do have a little story to share. I was actually talking about this on Discord, but my car it didn't like completely get destroyed or anything, but and I didn't get into a car accident at all. It just like the I got a notification that the brakes weren't working, or that there was a malfunction or something like that. So then I'm like, okay, maybe I should go to get it checked out. I decided not to drive home with it because I mean it was still driving just fine. The brakes were working, but my wife convinced me to like just wait until the tow truck came. And then the next day, the car repair shop calls us and says that yeah, there was a real issue with the car because we thought it was like a sensor issue and that there was nothing wrong with the car, but actually turns out there was something very wrong with the car that needed to be fixed. So that's going to cost over $1,000. Not a big deal, it's really not that big of a deal, but it just goes to show you, like things can cost a lot of money. And whether if you have a house and you have a car, those things need to be repaired sometimes. Though sometimes things happen to them. And depending on like your healthcare situation, right? You might have to take care of that stuff too. Like you never know when you're gonna have a big expense that's coming your way. So that's something to always be mindful of. That we're trying our best to survive in this climate. The economy is bad. The job market is bad. I was watching a video on YouTube just last night about how terrible the job market is in 2026. Thankfully, I'm not part of that demographic that's looking for a job, but I can easily understand the frustration that people who are looking for a job are going through right now because they're having to fight with AI. And AI is actively screening out any like CVs or resumes that they don't like. And so when you have a submission, right, and you're trying to figure out whether or not you'll get accepted, some companies automatically screen you out because you don't have the right words that the AI machine is looking for. So in order to get that job, you have to use AI yourself to fit the narrative or to fit whatever the desires are of the AI application process. So it's kind of crazy the way things are working right now, where you have this dichotomy of like, okay, you can either try to apply with your regular skills, your regular CV, or you can use AI and get the algorithm to kind of like flow with you, right? And that's very unfortunate that the way that this is the way the job market is working right now. Thankfully, like I said, I don't have to deal with this, but I can understand how other people are frustrated at the whole system. So that is kind of something that I think is very, very frustrating for the average consumer, the average person living at least in America, right? Because I'm sure that it's bad in other countries too. I just don't know enough about it, but with the whole tariff thing and the whole way that the world economy is working, I wouldn't be surprised if other countries are also going through the same struggles, because AI is kind of like a global issue right now. It's a global phenomenon. And, a lot of people are angry, upset. There's a lot of frustrations about AI. And me personally, like I don't have a strong opinion about AI one way or another. I will say that like a lot of places are trying to use AI not as a replacement for your job, but as a way to augment your job, a way to enhance your job. Yeah, there are some bad companies that are trying to just completely replace employees with AI. And I think the problem with that is like liability, right? Because what happens is you fire your employees, you get somebody else to you get AI to do the work of somebody else that you would have hired, and then what happens is like, what if AI makes a mistake? And they are going to make a mistake because AI is not strong enough to not make mistakes. And even I don't even know if there's going to be a point in time where it's not going to make a mistake. No matter how advanced it is, it's still going to make mistakes eventually, right? So that's kind of where I'm at with it. But the problem is the liability. Like if they mess up, they're not going to be able to fire anyone. They're just going to incur that loss, that mistake, and it's going to be on the CEO for allowing AI to take over their jobs. And so they don't really want that on their conscience. They want to try to find someone that they can put the blame on, or at least like have some sort of liability insurance. So now people are trying to like, find like liability insurance for AI. Like this is a legal issue, and it's very complicated the way things are working right now, and also very somewhat interesting, I would say as well, because we really don't know how things are gonna be like in the next 5, 6, 10 years. Who knows what the world's gonna be like after the AI bubble, right? Is it a bubble? I don't know. People are calling it a bubble. Is it worth it to invest in AI? Well, the way I see it, it's hard to say. I can't give a straight answer to that, and I don't think any people who know anything about what they're talking about will be able to answer that too. If I were a betting man, I'd probably say AI might be a good investment because it's the next big thing. It's something that people are talking about. It's something that's actively being developed. It's probably only getting better and better each year. So it might be something that's worth exploring as an investment if you're going to invest in stocks. But again, it's probably still better to invest in the S&P 500, invest in like safe stocks, long term investments, index funds, like things like that, right? I think that would probably be the safe way to go. But if you wanted to take a little bit more risk, I'm sure AI is going to be something that people are going to be looking at because before it was 3D printing, right? Before they were thinking about 3D printers, they were thinking about like all this other technology out there. And right now, the big toy right now is AI. So take it for a grain of salt. I hope you all enjoy this video. If you haven't already, leave a like and comment down below. I'm also doing a giveaway on March 6th for a full art professor's research. Join the Discord. I'll put a link in the description. And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace out.